1 year ago, I asked this woman next to me to be my girlfriend.
Little did he know.
That was going to be my wife, the mother of my child, and my ride or die. No one is dying, but my ride for sure. But anyhow, so
Okay.
so yeah, but like honestly, like,
Yeah.
and it's surreal.
It is.
It's so real.
So much has happened.
So much has happened.
Yeah.
Like in the past year, it's unreal. And we're gonna take you through this journey, and just like grab a seat.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a discussion, not even a discussion. We're just gonna have a look back. It's
Yeah,
a throwback.
recap. Yeah.
A recap of like what the hell we've been through, man. First of all,
Yeah.
this is how we met. I actually like, because you've watched like so many videos of how we met.
Yeah,
But in
yeah.
actual fact, we've never spoken about this part. She had such
Okay, my sense of style wasn't as good.
she's being polite. It was terrible.
Oh my gosh. Like, I'm okay with wearing the same outfit 3 times a week.
That's fine. It's not the problem.
You know?
The problem is like the combinations were just not working, ne? They were just like they were bust.
Oh my gosh.
So I said, hey, listen,
yeah.
I can be your stylist, no problem. Like, and you can pay me in car. No, I didn't say that. No, that's not true. That's not true.
Oh my
She wasn't gonna
gosh.
pay me anyway. I was just like so interested in doing it. So I just said like, I'll do it
Yeah.
for you. And that's how it started. And we did a little video and we took photos, and that was like some like our first photos together.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, like it was so cool.
I remember like you got me a pair of brogues.
Yes.
And
I
I
was
was
like, I'm gonna go buy these shoes. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. And I'm gonna
Yeah.
do this. I was like, take these pants, wear them. Remember?
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah. And that's how it started.
Mm-hmm.
And then like we'd go to parties together.
Mm-hmm. Like I remember we went to, was it Rob Maxon's?
Yeah,
His
yeah.
farewell.
Yeah, his party. And it was so cool. It was such a vibe. And then that's when you met Lisa, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. Met Lisa Flynn.
Lisa Flynn. That's like one of our like
We'll
really good
insert her
friends right
photo,
now.
yeah.
Exactly. Like she's really like, that's Nala's auntie. That's his niece.
Not his niece, not his niece.
No, that's Nala's auntie.
Yeah.
And that's when you met her. And the most awkward, guys, I mean awkward. Guess what happened? Tell them.
Do you know what? Okay, so I'd had a few drinks in me, thankfully, but his ex appeared. Now I remember in my mind, I was like, let me ask him, is his ex gonna show up? You know, just to be sure.
To be prepared.
Yeah. Then he was like, there's no way she's gonna show up, and like where we are, I don't think she's gonna be there. You know, that specific place.
Yeah, I just didn't think that like it would happen like that. We're Queen of Hearts.
Yes.
And it was the most awkward thing. Like trying
Yeah.
I'm like trying to juggle like these people like to say hi and whatever.
Yeah.
And now I can see that there's like tension galore. I didn't know what to
Yeah.
do. Really, I could have just like
I
dug a
was
hole,
shocked.
like-
I was just like, wow, thank goodness I had more drinks in me. Because I saw her, and I was like, is that her? And I was like, can't be her. I was like, is it her? You know, but it was.
And she was so touched because she then did this. She fixed my shirt like this.
So he had this like beach vibes shirt that like, you know, like it goes back all the way like this. So when she came, she kind of like put it forward like this. And I
She's
was
like,
like,
what are you doing?
yeah. And I was like, that's how it is, you know, like, oh, why?
She was
Why are
jealous.
you trying to fix this shirt?
He was
you know?
jealous, man.
Like if I saw his shirt was incorrect, I would have fixed it, you know. So that's.
No.
But thankfully, I was drunk, so I just, you know, like, you know, I didn't.
But like she got in a bad mood, almost. She kind of like shrugged it off, like she
you know, I was
didn't
just
care.
like, okay.
But like she was annoyed. Then we had to go home early.
Then we went to a fuel queue, guys.
And then we went to a fuel queue, right?
Yeah.
Yo, that's when you know you're with the ride or die. When she goes to a fuel queue with you.
When you go from
That
queue
is-
to a fuel queue.
That's so true, actually.
Yeah.
We went to Total, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Like
crazy.
low-key, like we had fuel queue dates in the beginning.
That's so true.
Like we'd go to that Puma one by
Yes.
Lewisum.
Yes.
Yeah, literally like just.
To chill in a fuel queue. And then fast forward on Valentine's Day,
Yeah.
I asked you to be my girlfriend.
At Queen of Hearts again.
At Queen of Hearts, like they'd given you tickets, thank goodness.
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna pay for them.
Oh
I would
my God.
pay,
Thank
but
you, Ange and Haley.
thank you.
Yeah.
Mwah.
It was amazing.
Yeah, it was so cool. I think like now to this day, I found my favorite white wine.
Yeah. Yeah.
My baby, what's wrong? What's up? Valentine's Day, I asked you to be my girlfriend, and then
Yeah.
like I post you
On Instagram.
on Instagram.
And that's when you know it's real.
That's when you know it's a real thing. That's when I'm going to sideline my whole
And I got you. I was like, wow, because in the beginning,
Yeah.
like our first chats, I don't know if you guys saw on our Instagram page.
Yes.
You actually called me Tina Masangomais.
Oh yes, that's how I saved your number.
Yeah, that's how my number was saved. But me and Marion was just like,
I legit, and I told my sister that you're gonna be my wife. Craziest thing that happened in our relationship. I think like for me personally,
Yeah.
I don't think for you, but for me, there was one moment, like this one fight, that changed the trajectory of our relationship.
yeah.
Completely.
Yeah.
Like
I
completely.
think I know the one you're talking about.
And like, and we had been seeing our friends Michelle and Alyssa. We had just come from dinner, and like before I'd be like, hey babe, listen, like you need to actually like be more like forthcoming when it comes to like in a group setting
more.
and
Yeah.
like she tries to like go in a shower and stuff. I'm like, no, like for me personally,
Let me say, he is the most social person I've ever been in a relationship with.
it's tiring.
Like there's so many like groups of friends, and like you have to keep up with. It's just like because of Corona now, it's not
yeah, like
I mean now your friends are my friends, but like what I mean, like there's so many different people that you have to get to know, that you have to interact with.
that's true.
The moment you think, okay, I'm good and well with these guys, there's okay, no, but we have to do this with these guys.
Yeah.
So, and me, I'm already like an introverted person, so like
So you find it difficult.
it took a while to actually get me to want to want to break out of my shell and not feel, I don't know, like out of place or insecure because I'm the new person in this group, so that kind of thing. I don't know.
No, like I can understand it, but then at the time,
Yeah.
I just felt like we had just finished dinner and like it was such a dope thing, and then like the previous week that we had talked about that, and then like you're like, okay, cool, I'll make an effort, and you did make an effort, but then now on our way home, now obviously like our relationship is becoming more and more serious, like it's becoming a thing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I say to you, I was like, hey, listen, like I can't be the only one making effort all the time. Now, granted, I was talking about like our car rides, because like I'll be the one that's trying to go deeper, like beyond like the surface.
Beyond surface level.
Yeah, beyond surface level, and you were like kind of comfortable where we were, like on the surface, but like I knew that like this.
And then crack my
This
head.
like like this like there's more to you than what you're leading on, and I challenged you in that conversation, and then you got really upset. I don't know why you got so upset, but for me personally, I felt like it was an overreaction to something that was a simple request.
I think for me, like when we'd gone to the house, to Michelle and Alyssa's, I'd felt like I'd really tried to make an effort.
Yeah.
And then in the car, I think I was burnt out. I was just like, I just zoned out, and I wasn't conscious enough to then be like, oh, I'm supposed to keep interacting and like, interact with him,
Yeah.
Then when we got home, that's when then you said, because in my mind, I'm just thinking, okay, it's time to hit the hay, I'm tired, You were like, I can't be the only one making an effort. And in my mind, I was like, you're trying to say I didn't make an effort at Michelle and Alyssa's, and I was like, I can't, like that thing, you can't pour from an empty cup. If that's as interactive as I can be, then it means you need, to find someone else who can
Never do that.
who can.
That's the worst thing to do. Like that is like because that's like threatening.
Because that was the only thing we were fighting about.
But that's the thing, and then that became like, oof, like that got me really bleak, because I was like, what the hell you mean find someone else? Like you're here, mofo. Like we are together. We are in this together. Like
I was just like, geez, man, she finds someone who, when you go to your friends and everything, they're like, oh, hi guys, someone who's naturally like that, not
but then
someone.
but then it won't balance. It won't work, because like then we're both loud.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, like that's where the conversation went into, and then I was like, dude, like that's not right. I've seen that sort of thing happen so many times that like it does not lead to anything good. Like it doesn't. Like we can't be giving each other ultimatums and sort of like such statements like, well, if I am not doing X, then you might as well go and find someone else.
You know what? I wasn't saying it from a place where I'm trying to be like,
Snap.
I was saying it from a place where I'd been crying for an hour, and I was just at the end, I was like, I can't satisfy. It's me not lie to myself or to him. You know, I don't want you to be miserable. You know, maybe you need to find someone who will make you happy. You know, that's where my reasoning was at that point. Like, clearly, I am not it. You know.
But then you are.
Well, then we realized we were both, you know, talking about different things and stuff. So, you know, obviously, in the end,
it resolved. It resolved itself, and like that was pretty cool. And I think till now, I think it was a very, very important argument. Yeah. So to speak,
COVID-19 happened and we were stuck at home.
Like Corona is happening. You don't know how long you're gonna be locked down for, and that was the most scariest thing that
And he was so like scary. Alone at home, and I was like with Mama and them. So
that was hectic.
I had people around me, but he was by himself.
I was actually losing my mind the first couple of days, bro. Like the first couple of days, I was really unstable.
I remember the one day. I don't know what had happened the night before. I don't know. I think I fell asleep.
Yeah.
Then, you know, you're like, oh, you know, where were you that, you know, yesterday? I had a really bad night. I ended up having to, you know. But, you know, I was just like, yeah, he was going through it.
I was going through the most. At the time, like, it was hectic. And, like, that's when I realized, like, companionship is so important. And I felt like in the future, like, for anyone that's, like, feeling like, nah, I'd rather be with myself, like, I think you haven't found the right person to be with, but like it's important to have a companion, like to have someone that you can like vent to and talk to about like anything that means anything to you or something to you. Guys, like I really, really encourage you to like find a companion. You don't have to be a lover or whatever, but like if you have someone that you can run to or like go
you can confide in.
Yes, exactly.
You know, like it
is so important.
So we were like trying to plan our Rora or Lobola.
Our Rora planning was so hectic. Like she came with like a list like this, bruh, of like people that could be on the guest list. Do you remember?
Was it that? No, it wasn't that long.
Dog.
It wasn't that long.
How long was it?
I think I had 30 people. No, actually no. Do you know what it was?
What?
I had the Rota planner that I printed out that had like the cake, the dress outfit ideas, essential stuff guys. You mustn't forget, like salt shakers, you know, and like air freshener and loo roll and stuff like that.
I was like,
and then I had a page, I was just in guests. So I wrote your name and I wrote my name.
Yeah.
Then we started writing names.
And then
you were like,
why the hell is your shit so long, bro?
You know? Then I was like, no, but this is
these, and she tried to get bleak at me. She's like, well, these are my relatives. I was like, nobody's saying they're not. They're important. I was like, ain't nobody saying they're not either. My point is, we're in this COVID and like there's like restrictions and stuff, like, and the budget.
Guys. No, my list literally wasn't like, people probably think I had like 100 names down.
Yeah,
I had like 30 names down. My siblings and my mom, if you count us as a family of 5. Then there was my aunt, her husband and her kids, my mom's sister. Yeah. Then my mom's brother. Yeah. And his wife and kids. And my mom's other brother.
It was kind of hectic and it was so cool. Like, no, it wasn't. It was stressful. That's what it was. I'm trying to like downplay it. It was extremely stressful. There's a moment when like everyone like walked out, like from my side, like during our side, like like that was some scary. I was like, what the hell? Like what is? And then my momyai was like, no, this is unacceptable. We cannot do this. Yeah. I'm like, the hell is going on, gentlemen? I asked you to do this job and do it properly, and now you're back 5 minutes later.
Do you know? I was just like, you know
that
what?
was hectic.
I didn't enjoy my lobola.
You're crying
not
in the
one bit. I was crying. I was just like, okay, and I'm just like, this is an awful day.
This is not like apparently. Well, this is what we get told after. Apparently, it's like a thing. It has to happen like that in the beginning to just show like sternness from both sides and the willingness to like. To negotiate. That's what the negotiating is. Like after that, like I remember like we at the end of it, like we walked into the house, Chumbera and all that. Yeah. Like it was quite dope.
He came and I saw it, I was like,
I actually quite laughed because like I'm like personally, this is what I think, guys. I wouldn't see my daughter's boyfriend walk in with my hairstyle and like my vibe and be like, that's the guy.
Do you know what?
I wouldn't.
I'm sure if my dad was still around, he'd be like, okay, that makes sense. Because I've always been like a, you know, I want to say an artsy, abstracty kind of person.
Yeah.
You know,
like you'd pick random.
Like I'm not straight and narrow. Like, you know, so you'd pick random. No, I'd pick someone unique. You know, someone different.
Is that the nice way of saying weird?
No. I mean, you look nice, babe.
Okay.
You're not like, you know, coming with, what's it called?
What?
Like a checkered shirt and like, you know, Carlton from Fresh
Yeah.
Prince. Like, you're not him.
Oh yeah. I'd rather be.
Yeah. See,
I'd rather be the Fresh Prince.
Yeah.
Will Smith. But like, yeah, like it was so dope. And then like Chakaombera and all that. And then they sang as we were leaving. And like, yeah, and then there was no kuperekwa in any of that, was it?
No, there wasn't.
What is kuperekwa anyhow? Is that when you go and cook?
I think it's when you cook and you
clean, serve and we had no. We went straight.
Wash people's hands.
We went straight to what was then my house, which became our house.
And
the
his
flat
mom and sister were there.
Everyone was there, and like and then we got to the flat, and then we met everyone. Like everyone was like, okay, cool, this is where you guys stay, whatever. Your titties came, and then they left.
Yep, and it was done. He could have been a psycho man.
Dog.
Everybody just left.
That's it. It's the weirdest concept to me. It is the strangest. To this day, I don't understand how it works. Like, we make it life so tough in the afternoon. And then after we drop her off, that's it. You're not going to see us.
You're not going to see us.
That's it. All the best, guys.
Like, peace out.
That's it. Like, it's crazy. Like, it's wild.
Because then now, like, you get so caught up in, like, everyone else. And now it's just the two of you, you know?
And, like, now all that anxiety is now gone.
I remember, like, I unpacked everything quickly.
Yeah.
Like, put away the pots quickly.
Yeah.
Took a bath. And, you
know,
like, just wanted to get into, like, life, you know.
Okay, so now this is it.
Yeah.
From, like, days of, like, visiting the house, now you're no longer visiting. Now you're coming home. You visit your own home. Like, that's kind of strange, but it's cool. We have this experience of Rora and that, and then
now adjusting to
real life.
Gender roles, if you can call it that.
Yeah, like gender roles, straight. Because like, to be honest, like you actually pointed out something so true. Like, as liberal as I may seem, I'm more traditional. I lean towards the traditional than the liberal. Than the liberal that I portray sometimes.
Like you might see him and be like, hey, this guy's Mr. English.
No. No, not at all, eh? Like, no. But I don't like, no, but hold on. Because, like, I'm not abusive or anything.
No, you're not. No, like, it doesn't mean abusive.
Okay.
It just means, like, you really value tradition, and he really values stuff like traditional gender roles.
Yes.
Yeah.
I really
and I feel like that's where
sue me, goddammit.
No, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
That's where you're happiest.
That's true.
Like, let's say ideally, you know, and this isn't like, you know, if this isn't how your situation works, it's fine. But like if I'm in the kitchen baking, you know, we've got like a fresh cake on the stove, and, you know, supper's on its way, you know, and Nala gets playtime, but, you know, she doesn't get too crazy, you know, like that's like,
man,
you know, that's
just magic.
Yeah,
that is magic to my ears. That is music to my ears. That is music. And yeah, like I love it. I love traditional gender roles. So anyway, like we get married, and then like obviously like our friends are now starting to come and visit, because like now that's when lockdown was lifted. Yeah. And it was kind of chilled and stuff. We'd have friends over, and then our good friends Craig and Emma allowed us, well, Michelle is the one that organized everything.
Yeah.
And allowed us to have our gender review at their house, and so amazing. Do you see the garden? Jesus.
It was
like
so
that was so beautiful.
And I remember we were stuck. We were like, where are we gonna have it? Because
we don't even have a garden at the time. You know, like to then host people.
We were like, we can't rent out a restaurant.
No, you know, man, that would be so like it's such an intimate moment that like at least now these are friends that we'll know forever. Yeah. And now, like, do you know what I mean? Like, we will both have, like, kids of the same age. And, yeah, like, these are our homies. And, yeah, and it was so cool. I think it was so dope. And from the gender review videos and photos, you can just tell, like, it was magical. I found out that I was going to have a girl.
You were so happy.
Damn. Such a girl dad. I am not a boy dad until I have a boy. But for now, I'm just a girl dad. I roll with my girl, and she thinks I'm a clown, by the way. She laughs at everything I do.
She does, actually.
Like, I just put my face there, she just dies laughing. So yeah,
funny
it's
face,
pretty
man.
cool. I know, right? I think she must be thinking like, who the hell is this? I'm like, I look like you, son. But yeah.
Yeah, so then like fast forward a little bit later, you know, we had all the doctor's visits between.
That was quite hectic. No one talks about that stuff, but like for real, that stuff is very, very stressful.
This one night, it was during the day, I had like really bad cramps,
and it was pick you up like from work, didn't I?
Yeah, I had really, really bad cramps. We went to the doctor, then she was like, okay, then she gave us
stressing.
Then she gave us medication to like
stops the Brixton Hicks.
Yeah, stop them and like also make sure nothing happens. You know, like the baby
doesn't come too early. I think you were like 7 months or 6 months.
I was like 6, 7.
Yeah, so it was a bit too early. Like, the cake is not yet baked, son. So yeah, so that was hectic. But then like everything, and you know what? In the time, like we were so doubtful about our like gynae until we knew what a gynae actually is supposed to do.
Yeah,
we had a misinformed idea,
that movie idea
of like what like
is.
Or like she comes and like, you guys are expecting, is it your first
tinkly do baby?
Exactly.
You know, that kind of thing.
No,
but
she was straightforward.
Yeah,
man.
She is.
As
in and of herself, she's someone who saves lives. You know, she's not, like you said, she's not your therapist.
She's not your therapist. Like she's there to make sure that you deliver your little one safely.
Yeah,
and
both
your wife
mom and baby are healthy.
Exactly, your wife and your thing, or your girlfriend and your baby are safe and in safe hands, and it can all happen professionally.
Yeah,
and in a clean, good, blah 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 blah, you name it, environment.
Yeah, we highly recommend her.
She's awesome. Dr. Chiwanga. Shout out.
Yeah. And then after Nala arrived, we then moved house.
Dog, that was stressful.
Dude.
You spent so much time searching for houses whilst you're pregnant, remember?
It was like on Facebook. I swear I lived. Every day I was searching.
You were sending me houses every single day.
Yeah. And you're trying to find something that's not too expensive, something that's affordable, something that can be negotiated, and something
that's not too big,
something that's not too big,
not too small, because we're coming from a small space.
It has to be the correct location, because it can't be too far from like my gym.
You
know,
yes,
like,
exactly.
It's like it's
so it was quite like it's a long list of like priorities when picking a house to then find the perfect one.
Yeah.
And then I remember we came here
and we saw it, and we were like, yep.
And we told the caretaker, we're like, dude, this is ours.
Yeah.
I don't care who you're seeing next, but this is ours.
This is our place.
After that, we get home.
And then we're like literally filling in the form to tell the agent.
Yeah.
And then the next morning, she's like, oh, sorry, that property has been taken. And we were like, what?
The hell? Like,
and I promise, like... And I went like, we'd seen this other location and it was just the dingiest looking place. And you start to think, okay, we can just stay here, but we'll be squashed. And Nala's stuff might not seem like a lot, but guys, even just the dish, the baby bath dish, like where do you put it?
We were playing around with the idea of like living at the old flat for another year.
Yeah.
So now it would be like 4 months in. Hell no. Oh, hell no. It would have been
so squashed. Like she has a lot of little big stuff, you know.
Dude.
Because it was literally a 1-bedroom
studio
apartment.
Yeah, no, studio's like flat.
What is it, like a duplex? Yeah.
So it's like had levels. So like, oh man, not cool. Not cool at all. Like no, not cool. Anyway. And it wasn't gonna work. And finally we were so blessed. Like they posted the property again.
Yeah.
And then like I threw shade at them. I was like,
why are you posting it again?
Yeah, exactly. I was like, you guys better stop posting this property because it's no longer available, blah, 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 blah. And then they're like, sorry, no, it is actually. And then you went and did like a whole like PDF.
Exactly, about us, who we are, you
I know, right?
Geez,
and then like, shout out. And then they sent it to Titi. And then like, it was like from then onwards, like, it was so cool. And we got it. Obviously, like the garden needed work. The paint, we didn't like the paint. It was like a cream.
Yeah, I wanted like a pure white.
Like a white.
That interior side.
Exactly. So now we saw the potential, and then we're like, well, we're going in. Like, whatever it takes, we're just going to make it work.
Yeah. So
and
like, the way we are now, we have our room, and Nala has
her own space, as well.
Space as well.
Which she's not using, but like...
But she's still with us.
She's still with us in our room. But like, it works. It's
much easier.
It's much easier. And it's very workable. And we are much happier. And that is all of that has happened.
Yeah.
In 1 year. Numero uno.
That's crazy.
Numero uno.
There's so much more left to happen.
Holy smokes, dude. And we have forever to go.
Yeah. Like we...
Regardless of what happens, though, like, because, like, now, like, there's no turning back. This is it. It's a wrap.
Control X, Control Z.
No, you can't do that. You can't delete.
You're stuck,
can't press backspace.
Control Alt Delete. No.
I know, right? That's wild. But yeah. And for me personally, like, I think what I've learned, like, it's just like let God and let be, or let be and let God. And why I say that, because like most of the things that happen, like especially on the financial side for guys, this is my advice for you. Like, if you find yourself in a situation where like there's an unexpected event that happens and you feel like you're not in a place where you're ready to take care of the situation financially, do not fear or do not worry too much as to where the next thing is going to be, because like I had no idea how much it was going to cost, like this whole thing. Like I had no idea, because like you had to stop going to work. Do you know what I mean? So like obviously like I had to carry the family, whatever, rightfully so, because like that's my role. It's both our roles, but like her role is unbelievable because like she has to look after the little one as well as much as I have to do. But you know what I mean? Like it's not 50-50. It doesn't work like that. And such is life. But financially, gentlemen, actually, don't stress too much about that side of things, because when you I promise you, between finding out and actually her coming, that's another like 8 months of prep, of changing, of whatever, like of a stroke of life, of whatever. Like, and kids are a blessing for a reason, because like they then bring another level of like blessing that you didn't even expect when you're by yourself, when you're single. Like I promise you, it's hard to explain how it just happens. It all just falls into place as long as you trust the process and you wake up and hustle and grind in the process, if that makes sense. So you can't just sit and hope for it to happen. So yeah, what's your take? What's going on with you?
I think for me, the biggest thing I tell myself every day is like, expect nothing, appreciate everything. Because, you know, people are putting in a lot of effort, you know, the other person's putting in a lot of effort. So you have to appreciate it. It just doesn't, it's a choice. You know, as much as people say like, you know, loving someone it grows and whatnot. No. I feel like it's a choice, because you can just wake up and decide, you know what,
you're over it.
I'm done with this.
Yeah, no, straight.
Yeah.
Straight.
So
that's so true.
I'll
keep choosing you, baby. Straight up. But yeah, it is a choice. Like, flip, I love it. I'm glad I'm doing this with you.
I'm glad I'm doing this.
As stupid as this, I'm joking. No, for real. Like, honestly, like, no jokes aside, guys, it's getting dark. We've been talking for a while.
Yeah.
And thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you so much for riding with us on this crazy journey.
Yep.
And thank you so much. Don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to let us know what you think in the comment down below, because it's so important to us to interact with you guys.
Yeah.
Because I think that's what makes this a healthy community.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks, guys.
With that said, what's that?
I was like, don't forget to follow the Masangomais.
Don't forget to follow the Masangomais.
For exclusive content.
Straight up. Like, we don't post those things on our personal pages.
Yeah, we don't. It's rock, paper, scissors time.
Yeah. It wasn't no high five time. You ready?
Yeah. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
It is what it is.
How do I keep losing?
Because now I read you. You've been read.